What?
Yes. Are we live?
We're rolling, Bob.
We're rolling. Okay, that's usually my state of emotion. Right. Well, this entire interview is completely unscripted. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary persons and Russian hackers. Tonight, Harris, Trump, the debate no one's been waiting for. Wait. I'm sorry. Wrong script. Hello, Joe and Jane America, and Jesse America, and Jersey from Russia. This is Snap Waffles, also known as Fugitive Poems senior editor Mark Capitelli, here to interview a couple of strange guys I picked up at the bus stop who threatened me at knife point. One of them didn't even have the gumption to show up. After all that, hopefully he pops in any time now. He is allegedly James Lyons, art director, Kaiser of the 1998 Munich Beer Fest, and co-founder of Fugitive Poems. We'll bid His Highness welcome when he arrives. And on to Exhibit B. This thing calls himself Christian DiMatteo, editor-in-chief, corporate mascot, general disgrace by Army rank, and other co-founder. Welcome, General. All right. So, sir, or whatever you are, let's get this over with. And despite you speaking, keep it under 3 hours. When James gets here, he will be allotted one F-bomb that we can edit out later, as he is a noted barbarian. So let's see what we were going to do. Of course, his non-presence completely throws this thing off for me. So let's see what we can do. Who are you, and why should I give a damn?
You know, I'm glad you asked, because this is the longest I've ever gone on camera not speaking. I am Christian DiMatteo. I'm the co-founder of Fugitive Poems with my partner, Harvey the Rabbit. No, James Lyons, who's going to be showing up shortly. And I'm a writer. I've actually been on a writing tear lately. And I got to throw out a thank you to Casey Allen, who keeps the Comic Jam, who keeps getting my scripts, and to you, Snap Waffles, who does as well. So I'm a writer. I write prose. I write comics. I write screenplays. I write all kinds of stuff. And that's sort of my purpose here, that and editing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Exhibit A has arrived. James Lyons, Your Highness, welcome. I was just asking Mr. DiMatteo here who you are and why my audience or I should give a damn.
All right. Well, my name's James, Destroyer of Worlds. I think that says enough about who I am. Co-founder of Fugitive Poems, as many people probably watching already know. I do all the artwork for our joint teams, and I also work on some editing and help with, I guess they call it comic book style help with people that we work with. Sort of sometimes I'll be a mentor if I know more about a person I'm working with. Sometimes the artists we work with, they're traditional artists or something like that, and they don't know much about digitizing their work and so forth. So I help out with
that. Okay. Well, as this is an unscripted interview, let me check my unscript. So let's say we're feeling drunk and dangerous one night. Where could we find you?
right here in this office.
Did you guys do the drink?
I meant like where online.
Oh! I was gonna say, come and get me. Well, I am, and James, I am drinking the Balvenie that a dear friend gave me.
Okay.
You can find us at fugitivepoems.com. You can find us at Fugitive Poems on Instagram and X, the app formerly known as Twitter. You can find us on Facebook at Fugitive Poems. And I highly recommend you check out our website. We keep it pretty up to date, and there's a lot of information there about everything that we're putting out. And you're going to want to subscribe and get on that mailing list so that we can harangue you from afar.
Yes, I use Instagram a bit more than Christian does. I put my tag down here at the bottom, Jam Lines. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at that. And of course, we also have Fugitive Poems in whichever source of social media you want as well.
All right. Now, am I safe going to a convention, or might I bump into you there?
Our most recent convention was what was that called? Enchanted Realms?
No. Distended Realms? What was it? Undiscovered Realms. It was Undiscovered Realms.
Undiscovered Realms.
And we are going to be back at the county center in White Plains, New York, which is about.
Well, you were, maybe not now.
Yeah, references I can make.
That was actually a great time. I was really surprised at how well that one went. We usually go to Terrificon up here in Connecticut as well, but they rescheduled it. That didn't work with our schedule. We are going to go to some sort of horror con. Where's that one, Christian?
So in November at the county center again in White Plains, New York, very, very specific. We'll be there for the Blood and Ink Horror and Tattoo Convention, where James will be getting a face tattoo. He just doesn't know it yet.
I'll get the tear after I kill you. I'll kill you and I'll earn my tear.
Rich has asked, since you're always drunk, does that mean you're also always dangerous? Rich, yes, it does.
This is my beer of choice for the evening.
Well,
I'm very happy to know that it's coming in glass bottles again. No more of that plastic crap. Hopefully they don't switch it back again. Cheers.
As long as it's just 40s and no 9s. Now, let's see here. When you held me at knife point at the bus stop, you mentioned something about a river that you were particularly fond of. So what is river, and is it just another excuse for James to draw dicks? Christian, you can take that one?
Yes. No, actually, I don't know if there are any male protuberances in a river yet, but I can certainly work that into.
Yeah. It's early on now.
It's early days. So river.
Let's get back to work, huh, gentlemen? Come on, jeez.
River.
You have a reputation to maintain.
River started out as a one-sentence story. Something I do with my students is I put a word on the board and I have them write a story, the beginning, middle, and end, one sentence, somehow relating to the word. And after we've done 5 or 10 of them, I challenge them to write a one-sentence story using all 5 or 10 of those words. So while they were cobbling together what they were doing, I wrote my own. And I came back to the office and read it to James. And he said, holy crap, that should be a comic. And that's actually the impetus behind the first chapter of River. And I did it. And it's sort of it is a bizarre, truly, just let my mind go where it was going to go. It is a time-traveling, drug-addled, dimension-hopping story. That's the very first part. No longer available in print. The very first time that we dipped our toes into the river, you can see it right there. That's actually the last 2 pages. and it goes absolutely wild. The basic premise is that there are 6 Pennsylvania cops who go to a scene of an immense drug battle and find themselves staring in a compound at what seems to be a time machine, and then something comes through it, and it all goes from there. It is violent, profane, and I am not a good judge of this, but very funny. I mean, my sense of humor is a little dark.
Correct.
Yes.
Now, so just to recap, you came up with an idea while your students were working, and you mentioned it to James, and that was the impotence behind your fever dreams.
Yeah.
Involving what? Time travel, faces being lasered off. Let's talk here.
Yeah, and men with collared shirts that have the nipple section removed. So yeah.
Usually have to pay extra for that. All right. So what's the... Sorry, James?
I'm just riffing off what Christian said. He said the nipple section. I said you'll have to Google that to figure out what that is.
Oh.
Welcome to the nipple section.
Thank you. It's good to be back. Now, what's the plot? And for once, Christian, don't give too much away.
Well, I just gave some scenario, so why don't we let James, from his point of view, how would you describe the plot of this?
Yeah,
that was your description of the plot.
Like Christian said, this came from a one-sentence story. Should we give away the head thing, Christian, or is that a
no? No.
Mark says
what
no.
What did I just say? All right, do it. What the hell?
So the impetus for it was man finds his own head in a refrigerator or something like that. That was the one-sentence story. And we were both sitting at work, and I was like, wow, that would be a really funny image. And, of course, it jumped right into my head, and we started drawing that. And then we sort of turned it into a short, which was, I believe, only 8 pages.
Initially. Yep.
Initially, our initial thought about this story was only 8 pages. And then, we got that done. And we handed it out to our good friends and neighbors. And the biggest question we got was, what happens next? Everyone was like, this is a cliffhanger. You can't just leave us there. So that was the impetus for, where we started. And, it's basically, it's a crime time travel saga with some really Tarantino-esque gore in there. That sort of dark humor, gore. Hopefully that'll make you laugh hysterically as heads come off and are quartered and so forth.
I got to jump in on that. So James said that we showed it to friends and family and neighbors, and the question was what happened next. And I went into a spiraling dark night of the soul. I'm sitting there drinking, watching a movie I'm not paying any attention to, thinking, what the hell is wrong with these people? That's clearly the ending. It's a Twilight Zone style story. What do they mean? And by 2 a.m, I was so angry about it that I went to my computer and I wrote 2 more chapters. Said, you want more? Fine, you can have more. And I sent them to James. I said, imagine that I wrote these in a fugue state. Never mention them to me again if they suck. And the next day he emailed me. He said, these are really good. And that let us keep going with the story. And these cops, it turned out it wasn't just finding a head in a refrigerator. It was following down this path into an unraveling universe, which none of them even understand what's going on. There's no moment where one of them scientifically explains what's going on because not one of them has a clue. No one is qualified. And they just have to take this ride. And I'm glad that we ended up expanding the story that way because it's become huge.
Well, I have to ask the question everyone's thinking right now. It's on everyone's lips. What did you eat before bed that night that spawned this fever dream, this glorious abomination that is River? No, we'll move on from that. James,
it's meatballs.
How do you put up with this demented hobbit? I mean, what's it like to work with Christian on my unscript?
Oh, it's great because me and him are both pretty twisted and obscene in the head. So Christian comes up with these ideas that first off, I love originality, and nothing that comes out of Christian's mouth or his writing is ever sort of schlock that I've heard of before. If it is, I immediately shoot it down anyways. But it's very rare that he comes up with anything that's derivative of something else. Yeah, you can say there's a million time travel stories out there, but there ain't one like the one that we got cooked up here.
Thank God for that.
It's a forever thrill ride, working with my brother from another mother, and I love it. Keeps me sane.
Well, I have previewed River, and I must say it is deplorable in its violence and just utterly magnificent. It is absolutely a very original concept, and one that I look forward to seeing unfold. So thank you, James, for that. What can we expect to see in the future with River? What's the next step on that?
So we have a actual Kickstarter pre-launch. If you don't know what Kickstarter is, you don't know what a pre-launch is. But if you go on
Right.
to Kickstarter and search up, what would be best, Christian? Fugitive Poems, probably, right?
Yes.
Search up Fugitive Poems. You'll see some of our old, all successful campaigns. We're batting, what is it, 500?
We have 3 successful campaigns. I can't do that kind of math.
Well, 500 is a baseball thing. I think I got it right. We got River up there now, and if you click the notify me on launch there, you can get all the updates of what we are doing. By the way, there's a nipple shirt there. So
we saw.
That's what we're looking forward to. We have some of this done, and we're doing this one in issues, which is a new thing for us. So we're dropping issues on Kickstarter, so we can have a slightly lower goal, because of course they cost less to print, and we're very excited to put this out to the masses. Like I said, I did show you. We did put the first 8 pages out in print, but that is now out of print, so there's no place to find it other than here. And we are going to be printing these out. We like to stick with print for a lot of our stuff, although we are coming up with a new digital format as well. So that's something else to talk about.
All right.
So one of the really cool things about River, and you're talking about where it's going, the concept behind River, what the cops discover is that this time travel machine is producing a drug, and the drug in small increments makes your mind travel through time, but in large increments makes your body travel. But it also will drive you absolutely mad. And because of this vehicle of the drug and the machine, we are able to go wherever we want to. And in issue 2 of River, it's going to go somewhere completely unexpected. The people involved in this story are the last people that you would expect, the last people that these cops would expect. All they're doing is chasing down a corner boy, a low-level drug guy that has somehow turned into a time god. And they have no idea how this happened or what this even means. So when you ask where River is going, I know. I have the entire thing drawn out on a whiteboard that I accidentally erased. No, I know where it's going, and it's not anywhere anyone could possibly predict. And to go back to what it is to work with each other, I know that whatever I throw at James, he's going to make it even more gonzo than I came up with. So this is the first issue that's already absolutely, as I like to say, Fugitive Poems aesthetic is batshit. And that really is what we got here. This is a wild ride and a ton of fun. So that's what's coming.
Well, thank you for stomping on my last question, but you did finally explain the plot 20 minutes after being asked. So thank you very much for that. I was going to ask you, I'm going to ask it anyway because I'm that kind of asshole. Now, Christian, what did James bring to the table here besides a restraining order against you? I think he answered that. It's that art, folks. It's that amazing art, isn't it?
No, but it's actually more than that. I can answer that more thoroughly. Syphilis. No. There's a moment in the second half of River Issue 1 where I had this description of what in my mind, and it sounds so stupid now, but it was so cool in my mind. I wanted something to go inside someone's head and blow it up like a beach ball and then explode it. And I thought that'd be cool. And James said to me, there's no way to draw that in a way that'll look cool. And this is, I think, what I aimed for my entire life. We spent 30 minutes conversing about the best and most original ways to do something terrible to a human head. And then that was my work day. And James came up with this fantastic idea of what to do to this character's head that is absolutely astonishing. And then he drew it. And James draws stuff like that. And that pushes me to make sure I'm never in the cliche. What else can we do? Because if I can think of it, James can draw it, and he'll draw it better than I thought of it. And it's an incredible relationship that way. Whenever I share
nitro and glycerin.
Yes. Whenever I share an idea with James, he sees it and responds in a way that always sparks growth in the idea, fungal growth. And that's really amazing. It's an incredible creative relationship. CT, there he is, Casey Allen. Turn down your computer volume, one of you. Apparently one of us is doing it. There's a delay echo. We had this problem last time, didn't we? We.
Don't ask me. I have my headphones in. Anyway, how you doing there? All right, so we're nearing the 23-minute mark here, gentlemen, and as you know, no one has that kind of attention span anymore, so it might be time to wrap this up. I just want to say I have somehow managed to embarrass myself worse than either of you, so congratulations. This was extremely tolerable. Thank you for not farting. And is there anything more you'd like to add, either one of you?
Get on that. I forgot what it was called. Get on pre-launch. That page. Get on that pre-launch. Jump on there. The higher the numbers we get, the higher algorithm we are in the algorithm, the more people we can get on Kickstarter. We want this story out there. You're going to have a ton of fun with it. Get on that pre-launch so you can get those early bird specials. It is. I'm so proud of this. This is the alpha and current omega of James and I's work. We came together and started working on River, and then we've continued, and it's been a common thread, a stream, one might say, through our all of our other projects, and we're so excited to be back on it. Please, please, please jump on that pre-launch because you're going to want this book.
James, anything to
add? If you're unfamiliar with Kickstarter, this one costs nothing. You just got to click off, and you do have to start a Kickstarter account, which is free. But it costs no money to click that button off on us, and it really helps us. We've been trying to, float this boat for a long time. It's been a lot of work, that we put in, and we'd really appreciate it if people could support us in that way. Of course, it's great if you can buy the books as well, but at least get on that Kickstarter and hit the follow button. We're real excited about it. We got a lot of stuff on our plate as well. We got Folklore for the Uninsured coming out. That's that digital thing I was talking about. That's going to be a subscription, and we also are working on a separate title once again.
Is he pulling a Mark Ruffalo right now, Christian? Is were we announcing?
Oh, keep talking about whether or not we're going to say that title. I do have the website secured.
Okay, there it is then. Folklore for the uninsured, everybody. Coming your way
Yeah,
soon.
we've said that before on air. So
Okay, cool. All right.
We have
Just
another,
making sure.
we have another
I
awesome
I have
series.
to admit that I really like the way your head fuses
Yeah, what
into
the hell?
the brick wall. It's pretty. You
I've
look
been
like the
having fun
Hulk
with
coming
the
out of
whole
a brick
intro.
wall or something. We should paint you
Yep.
green.
My terrible hairstyle is nothing like this terrible hairstyle. But anyway, folks, this has been The Art Will Not Be Changing, the Fugitive Poems web show. Despite the moniker there, I'm Mark Capitelli. I'm the senior editor for Fugitive Poems. This has been Christian DiMatteo, co-founder, editor-in-chief, and the destroyer of worlds. I'm the destroyer of words. I'm an editor. No, the destroyer of worlds is James Lines, the co-founder and art director. Everyone who came to watch this mess, thank you so much, and y'all have a great evening. Thank you, gentlemen.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Mark. This was wonderful. And goodbye.